So it was that. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay.
And now if you are able, please rise, remove your hats as we have the playing of the national anthem. Well, welcome into Montague, Prince Edward Island on a beautiful Sunday morning. My name is Mark Rooney for High Button Sports with Sean McCormick on camera, and a wonderful pregame ceremony as the Eastern Dukes are thinking about family member here, Lockie McCabe, recently diagnosed with cancer. And Lockie, if you're watching, we're thinking about you, wishing you all the very best, hoping your treatment is going well. I know you'd love to be on the ice, and we can't wait to see you back and doing well. Please know that you're being well supported by both your biological family and your hockey families. And we're underway here in Montague. A quick offside for the Eastern Dukes. They'll bring back goaltender Mason McCausland and in the net, and the Cabot Highlanders off a wonderful performance, a shutout, 33 save shutout from Hugh Burchill, will counter with Carter Kirsten in the Highlanders net. So the Highlanders with a 2-0 victory last night in Charlottetown, and they have now jumped to the top of the standings in the league with 19 points. And the Dukes with 15 points, looking to split the weekend series. These two teams will face off again, ironically, on Thursday in the prestigious Monctonian tournament. So 3 consecutive games, good challenges for both teams well balanced. And we'll look for another dandy today, as it was certainly a good one last night. Speaking with Coach Will Proud of the Dukes this morning, he was saying that his teams, particularly in period 2 and 3, played 2 of their better periods. They just could not solve goaltender Hugh Burchill. Did everything but. And we'll see what Sunday morning brings. We're glad you're with us here on High Button Sports. Thank you for joining us. Highlanders in neutral ice, work it across. That pass intercepted by slick defenseman Quinn McDonald up to Mason English. He'll go to Sam Dunn. They enter into Highlanders territory. Force wide, puck behind the goal. Giving chase there is Boyle for the Highlanders. He'll tie up Mason English, and the Highlanders break out with 3. They'll go across ice. And now peeling off for the bench is Havercourt. Chipped in deep opposite corner. Sam Dunn gets it in. Highlanders had a fast start. Dukes had a slow start last night. It was 10-0 in shots in favor of the Highlanders. And by now it was 1-0. Early goal from Havercourt. So the Dukes hoping for a quicker start. Langell now tied for the the team lead in points. It's Phillips now for the Highlanders, getting it across to Stewart. William Henry over to Kipton Aylward, backhands it through the feet of Stewart. And he'll recollect that, chip it ahead, not out. Cross ice to Nedasdy. Now Elward. I'd hate to see him coming at me with a bad attitude. He takes down the Highlanders forward. He's a big boy, is Elward. Still no shots on net, 3 minutes in. Now McCory with a break down the right side. Henry's on him, forces him wide into the corner. Giving chase now, support is beaten. Point, back out. Nedasdy, shots off a stick and high into the netting. However, stoppage of play. 3 minutes, 9 seconds into our Sunday morning game. We're glad you're with us. As the DJ pumps out Sunday morning, and this is where we're at. Again, last game for both teams before the Monctonian tournament, which begins on Thursday. And both teams would love a strong performance today to start. There's the first shot, and the rebound is there. Oh my goodness, McCormick was on the doorstep and just slipped it wide. Early first test from on Kirsten. Slips out across the Dukes line. Landry cross ice, waited for his team to clear. First in will be McClellan. Murnion goes behind the goal. Back and forth with Green. Good to see him back after a prolonged injury absence. Clean pass to Cabot court. He'll golf that in. Two Highlanders collide and go down. And the other end of the ice, no icing. Waved off. Boyle back for the Highlanders. He'll go behind his net. Stop, redirect. Worked on by Gardner. Giving chase now is Godkin. One of the better forecheckers on this Dukes team. Godkin now without, that was Landry without the stick. Godkin working both corners. Landry's going to bank that high off the glass. Phillips tries to chip it ahead. Now Havercourt. He's got Phillips with him. He opts to shoot that into the corner while Phillips gives chase. Bowering with some speed now. He'll cross center. Bowering, nice moves, working around down the right side. Bowering still with the puck. Tried to center it. Off a stick, trying to get his own rebound. Into the feet now. Dukes make changes past the 5-minute mark of period number 1. No score. Much more balanced first 5 minutes than it was last night. Stick, pass on the stick tape of Dunn through the legs. Nifty move. Dunn in the corner. That's Sam Dunn. Back to Henry. He'll try to get that through. Missed the net. And on the other side, chip back. Elward has got a shot. Released into the gear of Kirsten. He'll collect that like Velcro. And we'll have our next stoppage of play. Puck drop is going to be to Kirsten's left on the near boards view. The viewer opposite the benches. Highlanders in their white, blue, and green. And the Dukes in their dark gray, gold with red trim. Highlanders starting out going east to west, and the Dukes, in your camera view, will go west to east here in period number 1. Henry tripped up as he tries to work through Neutral ice. English chips it forward. Back forward is Nadazdi for the Highlanders. Cross ice to Boyd. Not out. Aylward shots rather. Hit a stick. Took the stick right out of the hands of Beaton. We knew Aylward has a big shot. There's evidence of it. Now one-on-one. Shot wide from Brett Boyd. He's a defenseman on plane way up in Duke's territory. Now Henry's got some pressure coming from Jones. They go back to Aylward. Aylward's going to be successfully clearing that. Turned over, however, to Landry. Makes a neat move around Broussard. Now Arsenault will go one-on-one. Arsenault can't get the shot away cleanly. Rink wide pass misses the stick of Havercourt. Murnahan will hit his D partner Green. Chip forward. Intercepted by McClellan. And now there's a race for it to the penalty box. Murnahan and Landry. A big hit by both. We'll call that a 50-50. Golfed forward on the high stick. No icing, no high stick as Green is the first to touch it. Great crowd here, as I mentioned this morning. This is our Hockey Fights Cancer. And earlier in the morning, there was a fundraising walk run to support one. And there's a shot, it's not out to the point. And that's high over everything, including goaltender McCausland. Shot right on, first for the Highlanders. It landed on McCausland. To the point now. Murray's shot's going to be to the pads of McCausland. Steered into the corner. And now we may have our first penalty of the game. We'll go to Murnahan. Interference.
Time for Island Coastal Services penalty kill.
First penalty of the game will go to Ty Murnahan for interference. And the first power play of the day will be awarded to the Highlanders. Duke's penalty to number 4, Ty Murnahan. 2 minutes for interference. That's Murnahan for interference. Time of the penalty is 8:47. Highlanders capitalized on one of their power play opportunities last night, and they come in scoring at an almost 1 in 5 rate. The Duke's killing penalties about a 3 in 4 rate. So we'll see what happens here as Landry crosses the blue line. He'll go across. Shot McCausland, got a glove on it, and another one. 2 quick chances for McCausland, and he'll hold the fort down. Gardner on the forecheck, trying to catch up with Landry. Rink wide, not on the tape. Aylward takes a whack at it, and the Dukes got it into center ice area. Bumped into the official's skates. More than halfway through the penalty to Murnahan, and we passed the midway mark. McCausland with a smart move. He's going to steer that into his far corner. Shots. Oh, if that had been on the tape, it would have been a great opportunity for McHattie. Stick check on Brett Boyd. Still with the puck. Back to Nadazdi. We'll go cross ice. Slipping into the slot. Shot. McCausland with a nice glove save. 14 seconds remaining in the period in the penalty to Murnahan. And we played 10:33 in period number 1. Highlanders on their first power play of the morning. Puck will slip out, and it's a good battle. Campbell Dunn just out of his reach. Pushes it back to Henry. 6 seconds left. Henry makes a move on the charging McCaddy. Murnahan out from the box. We're playing 5-on-5 hockey once again. Behind Kirsten, there's a battle for it in Highlanders territory. Highlanders able to clear. There's a heavy hit from Henry. A clean hit, but certainly Kay Dusenard knows all about William Henry this morning. And that was a wake-up call if there ever was. As McCormick able to get a piece of that hard pass. McCormick in with Hartman. Hartman trying to find it. Shot right on. There's another shot from Dunn outside the hash marks though, and Kirsten saw it all the way.
Phillips Automobs, Mr. Plumber, Emco HVAC, B&C Shellfish, Live for Today Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and Century 21 Colonial Realty.
So no harm done from the penalty, and hopefully no harm done to Tusenard after that big hit from Henry. There's the face off, won by the Dukes English. They'll get it back to Murnahan. Opts to wrap it around. Landry delivering his own brand of medicine. Trying to get it through his English. He's a playmaker behind the goal. It's in front. It's dangerous. English with a shot. Not sure it got through. And now it does. Dukes had two whacks at it, and the second one made it through. So the Dukes will open up the scoring. It looks like Sam Dunn.
18-8. 18-8.
Duke's goal, his third of the season, scored by number 18, Quincy McClellan. Assist goes to number 8, Mason English. That's McClellan from English, and time of the goal is 12:19. And back to the penalty box go the Dukes. The goal scorer is going to be the penalized.
Time for Island Coastal Services penalty kill.
So McLennan with the hook. And right back to the penalty kill go the Dukes, and right back to the power play go the Highlanders. We'll see if their second opportunity will net any positive results. McClellan, not to be confused with McLennan. Duke's penalty to number 18, Quincy McLennan. 2 minutes for hooking. That's McLennan for hooking. Time of the penalty is 12:48. Duke's able to kill 20 seconds. Hard charging up the ice was Boyd. All the way back to his D partner into the corner. Shot tipped up higher than McCausland behind the goal. Yeah. you're watching, correction on the goal, scored by number 10, Sam Dunn, assisted by McLennan and English. Highlanders work it down low. No penetration, now back to the point. Murray takes the near pass. Murray now walks the line. He get a shot off the skate of Arsenault. Kept in, however, for the moment. And it looks like Aylward with an opportunity to clear it. Now it does. Godkin is going to take on 3 Highlanders by himself. With just 5 seconds left, the shot was whistled wide, and it'll make it all the way out. Correction on the Duke's goal, scored by number 10, Sam Dunn, assist to number 18, Quincy McLennan, and to number 8, Mason English. That's Dunn with the marker, assisted by McLennan and English. Highlanders now trying to get that out. Held in by McDonald, who's deep from his defense position. And Merrick Stewart breaking out. Backhand pass to Poirier. He gets off the stick of Green. Not a ton of shots. 6 for the Dukes, 5 for the Highlanders. As we are 3/4 of the way through period number 1, 1-0 Eastern Dukes. Green's all the way in. He'll be worked on by Boyle. Boyle takes possession behind his own goal. Lead pass. It's across the line and no further. Langell sends that right back on to Kirsten. The Dukes will make changes. The high-scoring Havercourt now back out for the Highlanders. It's on his stick. Chipped off by Aylward. Now Henry circles in front of his own goal. Soft backhand pass to Hartman. He'll take the return pass. Smooth skating Hartman. Powerful low to the ice. Hartman working through the slot. Gets the shot away. Had a lot on it, but missed. Just 3:25 remaining. There's the pass. McCormick looking for the feed. Back. McCormick centers it. And in the midst of it all, about 6 players. And Kirsten's got the cover on that one as McCormick tried to chip that through. Trying to center that. Blocked in front. That was Aiden McAdam, the call up for today. On the stick of Gardner. Right on. McAdam to Gardner. Gardner got a lot of the Kirsten's pads there. So big save from the young goaltender for the Highlanders. Now Godkin. He tries to work in. He's got beat. Kept in McDonald. Some room. McDonald shoots. Blocker saved by Kirsten. It's back in front. Dukes with a lot of pressure right now. 2:35 to go. One team looking to double their lead, the other trying to tie. Before we have the intermission. That'll land gently into the gear of Mason McCausland, who will opt to take the whistle. .219 in period number 1. We should have another dandy today, and these 2 teams will face off again Thursday, as luck would have it, in the Monctonian, so they're going to be familiar with each other. Murnahan. That'll get up to McLennan. Turned over now. Nadazdi. Chipped ahead Sam Dunn, the goal scorer for the Dukes. Centers. Good stick by Kirsten to keep that from penetrating the slot. Green rifles that back in. Sam Dunn makes a neat backhand move to himself. But he's run into by, I think that is the Highlanders. McCaddy will wrap that around. 1:30 left to go in period number 1. Off a leg, no icing. That was off the leg of Dunn, I believe. So no icing as we approach the last minute of play. Green up to McLennan. He'll get that out. Again, no icing as that was off the Highlanders. Landry. Last minute of play in the first period. Forechecking. Oh boy, Stewart was alone. The puck couldn't find his stick. Good forechecking by the Highlanders inside the last 60 seconds. Henry's going to skate it out. He reaches the red line. He'll chip it ahead, take a bump from Landry. Now, one of the Highlanders players down. Kirsten receives that shot and able to push that into the corner. 10th shot on him. Phillips banged into by Broussard. No icing. 20 seconds remain in period number 1. Long pass for Arsenal. He's able to get most of it. Broussard backs to Aylward. And Langell opts to send that deep with just 5 seconds left. One last rush for Arsenal. Little push on there. Beaton able to control it and take the last few seconds off of the clock. We leave period number 1. Shots in favor of the Eastern Dukes 10-6. Goals in favor of the Eastern Dukes 1-0. Please stay tuned. Freshen your mug of coffee. Put another pancake on the griddle and join us for period number 2 of Nova Scotia under-16 AAA hockey action from Montague, Prince Edward Island. We'll be back. Welcome back for the middle frame of a dandy going on here in southeast Prince Edward Island, Montague the Beautiful, as we welcome you in for period number 2 between the visiting Cabot Highlanders looking for a 2-game sweep on the weekend and the defending Prince Edward Island champions, the Eastern Dukes, looking to level the weekend series. And we're underway with puck drop. Through center, Boyd crosses the red line. He'll do the dump and someone else will do the chase. Battle for it in the corner. Dukes escape with it. That's Aiden McAdam called up here from the U16 AAA Eastern Express to join the Dukes this morning on what is the Hockey Fights Cancer game in support of family member Lockie McCabe, goaltender, whose family has been part of the Charlottetown Knights and Eastern Dukes family, and fundraising efforts this morning going towards supporting him and his family. And Lockie, if you're watching, again, we wish you the very best. Thinking of you, happy to support you.
It's time for Chucky Sports Excellence Power Play.
Highlanders will take the first penalty of period number 2. That's going to go to Landry for head contact. Highlanders penalty to number 88, Daniel Landry. 2 minutes for head contact. That's Landry for head contact. Time of the penalty is 1 minute 5 seconds. McDonald almost able to keep that in. And the Dukes go on their first power play of the morning. Shot, score! And they didn't waste much time. And they double their lead. So that didn't take very long. Duke's goal, his 6th of the season, scored by number 12, Connor Arsenault. Assists to number 8, Mason English. And to number 14, Campbell Dunn. That's Arsenault from English and Dunn. Time of the goal is 1:38. So the Dukes have 2 and they're looking for more. This is 2 more than they scored last night. And that's from the slot, Arsenault on the power play. Banked off the glass, kept in by Hartman. Slick move to keep that deep. Hartman again able to keep that into line. Here's Campbell Dunn in alone. Dunn shoots, big save by Kirsten off the stick. Dukes fired up now after that second goal, looking for a third. Capitalizing on the power play. Would love to win this one. 3:14 has been played in period number 2. Dukes with one in the first from Sam Dunn, and one here early in the second from Connor Arsenault. And they hold 2-0 lead over the Highlanders. Would love to win this one on Cancer Fights Hockey in support of Lockie McCabe. Landro, one of the top scorers from the Dukes. He'll get it back to Elward. The rebound is there. It slipped past the stick. Another shot right on. Kirsten made the save, and now back comes Beaton. He'll go cross ice. Shot! That just missed. Nice setup there by Beaton of the Highlanders. And McHattie, one of the top scorers for the Highlanders, and his shot was wide. Now Boyle shot, tried to go short side, kicked aside by McCausland off of his skate. Gloved ahead by Arsenault, the goal scorer. He's down in with McQuarrie on top of him, as is Landry. Langio lugging the puck. Good vision to find Aylward down low. Broussard and Arsenault for the Dukes. But back comes the Highlanders, able to clear that now just across the line. And there will be now another infraction coming towards. This one will go to Arsenault, I believe, on the Dukes. A cross check will be the infraction. So the Highlanders will go back on the power play, their third opportunity. So Arsenault will sit for a maximum of 2, and Highlanders with another opportunity, their third. Duke's penalty to number 12, Connor Arsenault. 2 minutes for cross check. That's Arsenault for cross check. Time of the penalty is 4:14. Nice save by McCausland down low as the Highlanders test him early in their power play. Working around the outside. No pass offering there through the crease. This is McClellan. Continues to lug the puck. And the Dukes get it deep. Kirsten's going to be out first for it, but Godkin with a heavy forecheck. McClellan now works in the stick check. Not able to be cleared. Nice move by McLennan. Finds his way back to the point. Cross to Boyd. He'll shoot. It was redirected by Jones up and above McCausland. We're halfway through the penalty, more than halfway through the penalties. The Dukes make changes on the long change. Highlanders couldn't catch them. McQuarrie through pile up the Highlanders, and the Dukes regain possession and send it 200 feet the other direction. Broussard will take his man. Good forecheck by the Dukes. And escaping from it, Broussard's all over his man Landry. Just 5 seconds left in the Highlanders power play. Back to even strength. McHattie behind the goal. Bowering has him tied up. Toussaint, who took a big hit earlier, is back on the ice. Good to see him. And away comes Gardner. In front, Kirsten with an excellent stick to block that centering pass attempt. Shot on. Stick again from Kirsten, and it's high. Shot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please take out your 50-50 tickets. The owner of the 50-50 ticket will take home $190. We thank you for your generous support. And if you own the following ticket number, please see Tracy Gardner underneath the score clock. The last 5 digits are 11443. That's 11443. Please see Tracy Gardner beneath the score clock for your winnings. Again, thank you for your support. Back to the play. Dunn trying to make a move. Collected by Nadazdi. Shot, blocker, save. That had something on it. And Kirsten able to get that into the corner. And it will be icing. Play back underway. And as I mentioned and continue to mention, the support here for our Cancer Fights hockey game, or excuse me, Hockey Fights Cancer. Whoops, it is early still. You'll forgive me. Over $1,300 raised, and isn't that awesome support? Highlanders unable to clear. Backhanded back in by Campbell Dunn. Whoops. One of the heavier hits of the morning onto the official. Collected by Quinn McDonald. Off the stick of Hartman. No icing. And waved off.
RBC Wealth Management and Naming Securities, and EMC Retired Mechanical Electrical Contractors.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that our Hockey Fights Cancer game has raised over $1,300 at the door. So a huge thank you to one and all for supporting a wonderful cause. Thank you so much. Looks like penalty number 4 will be cross-check penalty on Cohen Godkin. So Godkin now will sit. This is the 4th power play opportunity of the morning and unable to kept in at the blue line. Duke's penalty to number 7, Cohen Godkin, 2 minutes for holding the stick. That's Godkin for holding the stick. Time of the penalty is 8:41. Landry, that was redirected off the stick of Broussard. That could have been dangerous. Oh! What a save by McCausland! That was a very quick release. Now he's with us the stick, and that shot went wide. Huge save to keep this a 2-0 game. Halfway through the penalty and almost halfway through the period. Now that one's in from the point. Andy Murray will cut the lead in half on the power play. So the Highlanders are aboard with their power play on the first goal of 4 opportunities. It's going to happen sooner or later. That one off the stick of Andy Murray, assist from William McClellan. Highlanders goal scored by number 27, Andy Murray. Assist to number 15, William McClellan. That's Murray from McClellan. Time of the goal is 9:40. So on their third shot of the period, their 4th power play of the morning, the Highlanders have their first goal, and we've got a 2-1 game halfway through period number 2. That one's going to be icing, and we'll go all the way back in the vicinity of goaltender Carter Kirsten. Back to his left. Godkin wins it back to Green. Try to push that behind the goal. Ned Asty. Green can't hold it in, and back comes McHattie. He's got support. McHattie, oh, and he had a corner, and McCausland had a quicker blocker. That had a corner all picked out. Chipped out and just barely. We'll see if that goal gives the Highlanders a bit of hop. Godkin can collect that. He'll cross the red line, chip it in, trying to find Gardner. Godkin will take a bump off the puck, turned over to Toussaint. Now Beaton just trying to clear that out. He does, but in the process, it's turned over to Broussard. Chips it in. Arsenault, the second, now the go-ahead goal for the Dukes. He's in looking for more. Broussard. Chipped out, but not past Henry, and he'll send it back in for the quick offside. 8:34 is what we have left. Pretty fast game. I understand the Highlanders have reservations on the ferry, so they're not going to be looking for any delays, either on the ice or in the water. Phillips asked to back up a bit by the official, and Aylward will get that in. No icing, waved off. Back for it is Beaton. Aylward will keep that in. Shot right on. Arsenault trying to pull that down. Head of midair. Kirsten with the stick save. In front of the Dukes bench, massive pileup. And away come the Highlanders through neutral ice. Highlanders could go no further. But they do get it back into neutral ice. Henry, a backhand to Aylward. He'll chip it deep into the corner. Past the stick of Murray. The goal scorer's got the Highlanders on the board. 7:40 here in period number 2. In what is a great game. Big hit by Aylward to keep the puck in. Now Campbell Dunn. He's in a battle along the boards. Aylward's shot went wide. Collected by Phillips. Now Aylward, heavy shot, redirected. And that was Hartman who got a piece of that one, and Kirsten got a bigger piece of it. Hartman who got a piece of that shot from the point from Aylward. Trying to win the face-off. Can Bowering keep it in? He does. Good play by the veteran D-man. He'll keep it in once again. McCormick in there. They'll go behind. Campbell Dunn with an E. Back to Bowering. shot right through Jones, somehow got through him. And Kirsten saw it all the way. 9th shot of the period on Kirsten. So they'll drop the puck again. Bowering doing a nice job on this shift. Keeping the puck in. McDonald. Feather pass trying to find someone in front. Slip through the other side. And the Highlanders, Jones, able to get that just to center and no further. Back to McDonald. Shot high. Kirsten, a piece of that went wide. Now there will be a penalty coming the way of the Highlanders.
It's time for Chucky's Sports Excellence Power Play.
Landry for holding. Gives the Dukes a power play opportunity now, late-ish in period number 2. Highlanders penalty to number 88, Daniel Landry, 2 minutes for holding. That's Landry for holding. Time of the penalty is 13:52. Elward now gets it to McCormick. He'll go across ice. Murnion can't get the one time. He'll go back to McCormick, just a little out of his reach. McCormick still with the puck. Oh, it slipped off his stick. He was approaching the side of the goal on the sharp, short angle. McCormick now chips it ahead. Well collected by Murnion. 5.5 to go here in period number 2. And the Highlanders effectively get that the length of the ice. 1 minute and 10 seconds up. Murnion. Oh, just off of his stick. And it will be icing. Boy, the Highlanders were caught in a long change. And Murnion just unable to find that long pass attempt. Good idea. Now the officials are getting together to see where the puck drop should be. I'm going to say that it will be a true icing, although you'd have to wonder if Murnihan was going to beat that. And won by the Highlanders, not able to be kept in. Quinn McDonald will go and settle things down with some space. Campbell Dunn hits the red line, hits the blue line. Dunn's going to take a big bump. That was by Murray. And he started out with the puck. Dunn now's got it. Back to English. He's worked on by the Highlanders. 35 seconds left in the penalty. And that's Sam Dunn. No E. He able to pick it out of thin air, but not able to keep it in. And not many opportunities thus far on the power play for the Dukes. They have just 18 seconds with which to work. Dunn works down the right side. Dunn still with the puck. They go back to Dunn. McConnell rather, excuse me. Good opportunities. There's a scramble. Kirsten didn't quite have it. Maybe the net was off, I think, as I see the official trying to replace it. That may be the cause for the whistle. Just 5 seconds left in the holding minor to Landry. Just their second infraction of the day. The Highlanders with the face-off win. And no harm done. Cross ice out of the reach of Aiden McAdam. No icing. Back for it is Nat Asdi. There's a heavy hit leveled by Gardner. And a good stick check as well. Green goes across to Murnaghan. Trying to find McAdam. In stride, McAdam. He's got James Boyle all over him. An excellent effort by McAdam to keep the Highlanders from exiting the zone cleanly. So good shift there by the call-up. 3:18 in period number 2. As we hit 12 noon on this November the 9th. That is going to land on the net. I guess we'll say icing as it just grazed the side of the net. A little too heavy was the weight on that. Certainly not draw weight to the button. Cleared the house entirely. So the face-off is now to the right of McCausland in the Duke's goal. Shot on, blocker save again from Kirsten. Tousnard. Offside, Fourier. Well, if you weren't awake already, the sounds of Great Big Sea pounding through the speakers here from our local DJ Sean Rooney will get you going. Everybody in the Atlantic provinces. There's a big hit from Poirier. And that may be a penalty, as that hit was up in the head area. And as the Highlanders touch the puck at a pivotal time in the period, it'll be a hold, in fact. So my prediction on the penalty was incorrect. It was a hold. However, it's still 2 minutes. Power play going towards the Eastern Dukes, who can make a big difference in this score if they're able to capitalize. Of course, the Highlanders having halved, and that was high fraction, high stick infraction. So that'll settle back down with just 3 seconds gone. Campbell Dunn will settle in. Clean win. Back to McCormick. Highlanders penalty to number 7, Spencer Poirier. 2 minutes for holding. That's Poirier for holding. It's 17:47. And Highlanders will clear off the stick of Merrick Stewart. Forces Dunn all the way back. Hits Sam Dunn. No relation, not even spelled the same. Sam Dunn lugs it on the off wing. Try to slip through Landry. It's a tall task. Looking for the puck. It's elevated. Now Arsenault gets it back to Dunn, who's going to quarterback today. Dunn redirected through the legs. Dunn. That was Sam. Just slipped it past Kirsten. That was a neat move. Now McDonald pulls that out of midair. Good hand-eye coordination. As we're halfway through the penalty to Poirier, and we approach the 1 minute mark remaining of period number 2. Side of the net, Arsenault just missed. Last minute of play in the second period. Arsenault with a golden opportunity. There's a shot, and Kirsten will grab that and holds. Shots in the second period favoring the Dukes 12-4. And in fact, the Dukes had 2 strong periods yesterday in terms of shots advantage. unable to score last night on winning goaltender Hugh Burchill, who posted a 33, I believe, save shutout. Shot again right on with 20 seconds remaining. There's Murnahan able to settle that. 10 seconds left to give away, and the Highlanders will let the penalty expire as we have just 15 seconds remaining in the period. One last rush, Murnian. 7, shot right on. Kirsten, another big save. He's been tested, and that will end period number 2 with a 2-1 lead for the Islanders over the Highlanders. Scored in that period from the Dukes. Connor Arsenault assists to Mason English and Campbell Dunn. And replying for the Highlanders, number 27, Andy Murray on the power play from William McClellan. Shots on goal were 14-4 for a 2-period total of 24-10. Please come back. It'll be a great third period. We'll see you soon. And we'll have
For Chucky Sports Excellence Power Play.
Boyle will sit. Dukes will work to the power play. Highlanders penalty goes to number 2, James Boyle. 2 minutes for tripping. That's Boyle for tripping. Time of the penalty is 2:46. Battle along the boards. Highlanders able to keep it from the front of the net. McCormick will feed. Campbell done. Back to McCormick. Looking for the give and go. There it is! Oh, and McCormick was well set up. And he just missed. That's a shot. Person with a big leg. Save. Halfway, more than halfway through the man advantage. Beautiful opportunity. McCormick just missed, sent it wide. Kept in by Murnion. And the Highlanders, good job killing this penalty thus far. Down to 20 seconds. We're getting close to the 5-minute mark of action in period number 3. Hartman, oh, it went off the stick of the charging Langell. Just behind him, that would have been another good opportunity. Boyle back on the ice. Highlanders are level now. Tousnard can't control it at center. Hartman works back to Aylward, quickly up to Arsenault. Arsenault's got Langell joining him. Arsenault trying to work through. Highlanders do a good job of shutting that down. And Murnihan will be offside, will the Dukes. Arsenault, shot! And that's over everything and over everybody. Other games in the league today. Cape Breton Jets, with due respect, a bit of a surprise lead on the Basin Armada, 3-2. That's in the second period out of Bedford. And other games today just underway will be the St. John Vitoes visiting the Fundy Thunder. And in about half an hour from Western Prince Edward Island, the Moncton Thunderbirds are across the bridge to visit the Western Rebels. Now Poirier, hard charging, Bowring's on him. He's able to get a shot away, leg pad save from McCausland on the short side. Good rush by Spencer Poirier. Now Gardner trying to get it out. Comes to the stick of Landry. Those are always dangerous, those floaters. But McCausland saw it was uninterrupted. He saw it all the way into the chest here. And he'll get the whistle. 5 minutes, 55 seconds have been played. Kept in at the point by the Highlanders D. Just for the moment, though, Bowering takes off. He's got some speed. Bowering with a burst of speed. Force wide. It's in front. McLennan couldn't find the handle. Nice job by Bowering. Now the Highlanders come back the other way. Quinn McDonald cuts and avoids Jones at center. Inside the blue line and no further. Now Bowering, after that long rush, is forced to go back. Giving chase there is Habercourt. Arsenault sends it back to McDonald. And the Highlanders make changes. That'll give the Dukes a little bit of breathing room. And there's a trip. No call on that one as Arsenault was sent flailing. And there will be now. McCausland is to the bench. And see now if the Dukes' dangerous pass by McDonald. I guess he knew what he was doing. The net empty, found his teammate McCormick. Now the Highlanders are trying to touch this puck so as to not give the Dukes more free power play opportunity. Duke's not able to get it into neutral ice. Now they do. Bowering, he's going to lose the puck. And finally, there will be another tripping call towards the Highlanders.
It's time for checking Sports Excellence Power Play.
That one coming to Brett Boyd. And this will get the Dukes on yet again another power play. Everything in period number 3 is critical. Face-off draw, 50-50, but Campbell Dunn comes away with it. Quinn McDonald, he'll go across. McCormick's pass was too hot to handle, and it lands back on the stick of Mason McCausland. Highlanders penalty to number 28, Brett Boyd. 2 minutes for tripping. That's Boyd for tripping. Time of the penalty is 7:19. 30 seconds gone in the penalty to Boyd. Power play unit. Heavy hit from Landry on Mason English in front. And the pass back from McDonald slips outside of Highlanders territory. Now McDonald picks it up again. He's forced to turn back by McCrory. Good penalty kill by the Highlanders thus far. Sam Dunn has got English and McCormick. He'll go back to Campbell Dunn. Inside the last minute of the penalty to Boyd. Dunn turns around and finds the other Dunn. Campbell Dunn wraps it around. Who's going to get there first? Landry being chased by McCormick. Puck is cleared by the Highlanders, and it should be a good battle now as McClellan is working his way towards the goaltender McCausland. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. 11 minutes left in period number 3. It's a dandy. Forget about raking the leaves until this one's done. It's a good one. Just 16 seconds left. Penalty kill has been very, very good for the Highlanders. Good hustle by one of the best skaters on the team, Blake Hartman. Langell, second in the team in scoring for the Dukes. They spin it behind. Hartman's going to race for it. And Arsenault is in behind the goal as well. Back to Murnahan. Redirected off the leg of Hartman. Could have been dangerous. It's in front. Kirsten may have gotten a stick on it. Kept in by Elward now. We approach the midway mark. Arsenault can't get it through. However, Langell knocked off the puck by McHattie. Still has it. In front, Murnahan. Were he a right shot, could have had one-timer. Try to find some room in the far corner. Murnahan backhands that. Now comes back to Elward. That's off a leg. Goes to the far side. Good pressure now by the Dukes following the man advantage. Battle for it. First to it was Elward. And the Dukes have all sorts of ozone pressure. Kirsten will grab that one. And only the second shot to land on him in period number 3. So the Dukes 1 for 5 on the power play. Highlanders 4 for 5 on the kill. Highlanders scored their only goal on the power play off the stick of Andy Murray from the right point. And so McAdam with the face-off, that just missed. Joining him is Godkin and Gardner. Green pushes the Highlanders back in deep. Nine minutes remain in period number 3. Try to slip through. The D was Godkin. He was foiled. Henry able to keep it in. No, he's not at the blue line. Pressure from Poirier. He'll go across. Now there's a turnover at center. Henry extends the stick. It's dangerous in front. And now we're going to see a Dukes penalty with 8:40 remaining.
Island Coastal Services penalty kill.
Godkin will sit for the hook. Duke's penalty to number 7, Cohen Godkin. 2 minutes for hooking. That's Godkin for hooking. Time of the penalty is 11:20. So a critical time now in the game as the Highlanders look to tie this up. Broussard deep in Highlanders territory trying to kill some clock. And then maybe make something happen in the other end of the ice. 25% of the penalty to Godkin has now been served. Landry on the blue line. Broussard levels him with a big hit. Redirected. Oh, that was dangerous as that looked. There's another shot right on. A sharp angle shot. And McCausland got some leg on that one. And the Dukes were able to clear that the length of the ice. 60 seconds remaining in this pivotal power play for the Highlanders. Cross ice they go, McHattie. He'll chip that behind the goal. He's got Boyd charging hard. Mattersey at the point. Cross ice, clean pass made, in front, alone. And McCausland will get an opportunity to hold that. The Highlanders forward was on the doorstep looking for leftover Halloween candy. But McCausland said, we're all out. "39 seconds in the minor hooking penalty. Now, Dukes are going to catch a break here, and there will be a penalty. In fact, to Boyd. I missed that one. So that will level the playing field, playing ice, as Boyd will serve a slashing penalty. And we'll go 4-on-4. Highlanders penalty to number 28, Brett Boyd. 2 minutes for slashing. That's Boyd for slashing. Time of the penalty is 12:41. So after this next 10 seconds, the Dukes will go on a power play, looking to extend their lead. Lots of skating room now. Campbell Dunn has William Henry joining him. The Dukes' 5th skater is back, McCormick, with some time and space now. Finds Green. He'll go side to Dunn. And Kirsten trying to grab that away from his own player. Can't get it into the glove. Finds its way back to Green. Centers it. Picked up by the Highlanders, and they'll send that the length of the ice with 60 seconds remaining in the penalty to Boyd. Behind his own goal is Green. Finds Hartman. His shot off the leg of Murray. Puck finds its way back to the point. McDonald looking for a redirect. There it is! Beautiful setup from Mason English to the captain, Colin McCormick. And that shot was wide. Prettier play you're not going to find. It's on the goal step, on the doorstep of the goal, and somehow Kirsten has it. Two beautiful opportunities for the Dukes. And they go by the wayside as the Highlanders are hanging on. 25 seconds remain in the power play. Some nice puck movement from the Eastern Dukes inside the territory. Puck back to McDonald. He'll quarterback to Dunn. He'll work in the slot. That's into the gear. And a nice job again by Kirsten to contain any rebounds. 11 seconds in the penalty to Boyd. So the lead power play unit for Coach Will Proud takes a seat. 5:30 in the period. Godkin able to slip through across the line into the slot. Successful kill yet again for the Highlanders. Puck is not going to get to the goal line, so no icing is waved off. Aylward sends that the other way, and this time it will be icing against the Dukes. Of course, this week coming marks the always look forward to Monctonian tournament. And if I understand my schedule correctly, these two teams will face off yet again on Thursday. And more than bragging rights on the line now. Who's looking to square this weekend series? Godkin able to get that through Hartman. He had Gardner streaking through. Now there's the pass. Gardner able to pick that up. Backhand in front. Hartman stepped away there by Boyle. Good job by the Highlanders defenseman. Inside, 5 minutes to go. Aylward turned over at red line by Landry. And Henry will bank that up. Delayed offside. And that gives the Dukes a little bit of time. Henry out to Gardner. He'll sidestep the forechecking Havercourt. Godkin with a stick lift, still maintaining possession. He tried to find Gardner as Hartman was unceremoniously dropped to his knees in front of Kirsten, the goaltender. Point. Aylward goes across to Henry. Shooting lane is right there, and Kirsten sees it all the way. 6-5 shots in favor of the Highlanders in this period. St. John Vitos have opened up a 1-0 lead on the hometown Fundy Thunder. Cape Breton Jets still with a secondary 3-2 lead. And you know how this one's going. Chipped ahead Arsenault. He's got one of the two for the Dukes today. Would love to make it a 2-goal lead. Poirier working down. He's bodied by Murnahan. Cross ice behind the goal. Arsenault and Green. There's the shot right on, and that's steered by the pad of McCausland. And the whistle we'll see. The face-off will be to his left. Puck went out of play. That's our first lost puck of the day. So put that in the budget for next year. 3:30, a nail biter. We come down to the finish line. Sometimes it comes down to a key turnover or mistake, or sometimes there'll be an element of skill or luck. Dukes McDonald, one time, done! A big stick paddle save from Kirsten. A one-time setup by McDonald. Now Bowering. This will be icing against the Highlanders. No icing. A great setup by McDonald. He looks to find the streaking McLennan through neutral ice, unable to do so. That's off the stick of Bowering. He'll be forced to chase back. And Phillips making him earn it. McDonald trying to get it high, and it bounces across the blue line. Here come two Dukes. English, force wide, it's in front. That hit a Highlander stick and kept out of the slot. McDonald able to keep it, but not in. .215 is all we have left. Highlanders need one to tie. Duke's looking to control the puck for the last 120 seconds. Look for Kirsten to head to the bench at some point. Duke's trying to keep the puck down in Highlanders territory. There's a pass that should be a turnover as Henry takes possession. 1:50 to go. Kirsten still in the net. A long pass that's off the stick of the Highlanders' Phillips. Back into their zone. The centering pass, that's over everything, and it will be no icing. A good rush by Jones. 1:30 remains. Tipped ahead by McCormick. It'll get the puck deep, but it will also be icing. 1:22 remaining. And we'll see if Karsten heads for the bench here, perhaps dependent upon the face-off and who wins. But he'll take a few steps out of his crease, and we will have a 30-second timeout charged to the Highlanders. The Cabot Highlanders call their 30-second timeout. So Coach McGinnis for the Highlanders setting up the play, getting players in position on the whiteboard. Also Coach Proud on the other side. Coach Riley McDougall rather working the defensive side of things for the Dukes. Both teams getting a 30-second rest. 1:22 is all that remains. Seven to 6 in favor of the Highlanders are the shots in the period. Not that that matters too much right now. Kirsten to the bench, the extra man on for the Highlanders. 72 seconds, here we go. Draw to the left of McCausland. One, that's headed towards the nets, and it will be icing. So missed by a few feet. Henry took a shot at it. There's always a risk-reward situation there. If it doesn't land on the net, you've got to face off back in your zone and not much time off the clock. Of course, in the moment, the instinct is to clear it deep. And now there's another attempt. That one is missed as well. And that will be icing Elward. The two D men are trying for the goal. Maybe a high lofted shot will do the same job, plus take a little more time off the clock. That empty net looks like a big bag of Halloween candy. Pretty yummy when you get a chance to shoot at it. Last minute of play in the third period. So the Highlander, that one is chipped out high into the netting. And 55 seconds, we'll have the third 6-on-5 face-off inside Duke's territory. While I think of it, big thanks to Sean McCormick on camera. In the penalty box with me on music, Sean Rooney and David Green on the score clock. We're getting ready to potentially wrap this up. We'll see, can the Highlanders send it for free hockey? More time. I'm sure the ferry will wait. Working in now. Good defense by the Dukes. All they're looking to do is clear it, and Bowering does so. And that's the way to kill some clock and do the same job. Get the puck deep. No icing. 30 seconds remain. Highlanders need to get the puck up the other end of the ice. There's a long lead pass in stride. Taken now, Boyd. Chipped off. And Godkin will get it to the other end. And that's going to be a battle for it, and it will be icing. Race to the puck won by the Highlanders, 18 seconds. And we'll have yet another face-off down in the vicinity of goaltender Mason McCausland. He's got to be getting a little low on juice. His second game in less than 24 hours. He's hoping to not make any more saves if he can help it. And that might do it. Chipped into center ice. Murray looks behind him, trying to get it up ice. Turned over by McDonald. 5 seconds left, and the Eastern Dukes are going to level the weekend series with a huge 2-1 home victory on Hockey Fights Cancer Day here in Montague, Prince Edward Island. Shots in the third period favored the Cabot Highlanders 7 and the Eastern Dukes with 6. A huge thanks to all who were here in person to support our good friend Lockie McCabe, part of the Charlottetown Knights and Eastern Dukes family, and now we're going to have a photo over $1,300 raised to support the McCabe family. We can't thank people enough for that. Wonderful to be part of this ceremony. And now coming together as the hockey family always does, the Highlanders and the Dukes for a photo to commemorate this special occasion. Again, thanks so much to all who supported our Hockey Fights Cancer game today. And all the best to the McCabe family in the future. Shots on goal, sponsored by Reliable Motors in the third period. 7 for the Cabot Highlanders, 6 for the Eastern Dukes. 3-period total of 17 for the Highlanders. And 30 for the Eastern Dukes. Final score, Eastern Dukes 2, Cabot Highlanders 1. Thank you for attending. Thank you for your generous support, and have a wonderful rest of the day.